Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm making a puff pastry with spinach, onion and camembert cheese. And also I will be making another recipe which is a pancake, but this time I'm gonna roll it with the Mordjene, which you can see it's a chocolate spread that a friend of mine brought me from Algeria, so I'm gonna be using that as well. So let's start with the puff pastry. So I'm gonna be chopping some onions first. So I'm using two small onions, white onions, and one red onion. The reason I use the red onion is because the taste is more stronger. So I'm gonna be using this first, and I have some washed spinach that I'm gonna be cooking as well. So I use baby spinach. So let's crack on. Now I need to chop my onion. So I chop my onion this way. So I start by putting oil inside the pan that I have here. A bit of oil. Then I add my onion. and I add a bit of salt, a bit of black pepper, and a bit of garlic powder. Then I cover it. Sorry, I could not cover it. I shake it. Then I move on to my spinach. Good morning, Gilbert. And I add my spinach. And in order for my spinach to melt, I'm just gonna cover it for a minute and let it melt. Now for my second recipe, because I'm cooking the spinach right now, so I'm gonna be making my second recipe, which is the pancake. So I start by cracking 2 eggs. I put 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of baking, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder, or you can use vanilla extract, just a tiny bit more, because I like the smell of vanilla. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more. Then I mix it well. Then add 3 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2, 3. And also mix it. One cup and a half of milk. And then slowly starting to put some flour. Is just to get rid of the small bits and pieces, and then just mix it. So the mix is ready. I can start cooking it straight away, but I'm gonna give it just 5 minutes before I start cooking it because I need to look at my second recipe. So I'm gonna leave it on the side for now. Now I'm gonna turn into my spinach and onion. Because I'm gonna be cooking it inside the puff pastry, so I don't want it too cooked. So now that's enough for it. So now I'm gonna sieve it like you see, and just so I'm gonna take all the water out. Oops, sorry. And it's not my day today, and then leave it on the side. So now I'm gonna be making my puff pastry. So I have a ready rolled puff pastry, which I'm gonna open. So that's the puff pastry. And then with this, I'm just gonna make lines. And I'm gonna turn it to the other side. Now I have my camembert, which is for baking, basically the one I have. So I'm gonna cut it into small pieces. Leave it on the side. So I'm gonna cut it. So I'm gonna be using this for my puff pastry. Probably be enough. I won't be using this one for now, and then we'll see. So we go to the puff pastry, which I did. So I'm gonna be putting this just like that. I'm leaving a bit of gap here so that the cheese doesn't go over. So now I'm gonna put that cheese back into the box. So you will probably need half of it. Now I turn back to the spinach and onion that I had. So I just put it on top. I'm using my hands because I'm at home, so then closing it, I am turning this just a tiny bit like that, then closing it this way. And I just turn this just a tiny bit like this so it's closed. It's sealed. Now this is how the puff pastry looks like. Now I have an egg. I'm gonna be taking just the yellow yolk. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna open it. I'm just gonna take the yellow yolk. I'm trying to find the brush. So with the small fork, . and I use this. So this is how it looks like, and I'm gonna be I already preheated my oven to 180 degrees. I'm gonna leave it for 10 minutes, then I'm gonna cook this for 25 to 30 minutes at 180 degrees, which is around um, 5 or 6, number 5 or number 6. So I'm gonna put it on the big tray and I'm gonna be cooking it. Sometimes the pastry doesn't fit in a big tray, so you need to do probably cut it into two and put it in a big tray. So I'm just gonna measure and see whether it will fit in my big tray, in my tray. So it's a bit small. So what I'll do is just cut it into two and then put it on my tray. So I will cut it into two. And with the scissor, I just cut the paper. And then cut the rest with the paper. So now I'm gonna transfer it tray. And then I'm gonna be cooking it at 180 degrees now for 25 minutes to 30 minutes. So by the time this is cooking, so I'm gonna be finishing the pancake that I made. I already made the pancake mix. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, start cooking my pancake, and then afterward I'm gonna put some of this chocolate and then roll it so that when the kids come back from school they have everything ready for them. So let's start now with the pancake. I'm gonna just put this in the oven for now and then I'll show you how it looks like at the end. So now I'm gonna turn into my pancake, which you can see I have a very small pan, which I'm gonna be cooking my pancake. Because I don't want big pancake, um, I use the small pan, and it's so easy to make. So I will just preheat it and give it less than a minute, about 40 seconds to just heat up. So now that my pan is hot, I'm gonna turn the thing down, the fire down, or the heat down. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of butter. I mean, really a tiny bit, so that the thing doesn't. And I'm just gonna cover it with butter. I only do this once or twice, but I don't do more than that. It's just so that the pan, the pancake doesn't get stuck to the pan. Okay, so now with the ladle, I just mix it well. I don't know whether you can see that nicely. So I put some of it inside, and then put the heat a little bit up. I'm gonna show you. So it's like this. Then I put it just a little bit high. Then I turn it around until there is no liquid on top. So what I do now is just flip it over, and then here we go. So I'm gonna be making around 5 or 6 of them. Just a tiny bit more. If you like what you see, please press the like button, And tonight or this afternoon around 5 o'clock I'll be making some pasta. So I'm making fusilli pasta on tomato sauce with minced meat, and it's gonna be live. So this is the pancake. So that's the first pancake. So heat down. Then it's just like this. Then flip it over, or not flip it over, turn it over. If you do like me to try something which you like, please let me know in a comment, and I will be making it. I will do my best to make it for you. So when you see the bubbles forming, that means that the pancake is nearly ready and it's time for it to be flipped over. So what I do is just move it a bit like this, so it's easy to take it. You can either turn it like this, which I'm not good at it, or just lift it with the handle, which I'm also not good at it, and then just gonna have a look at it. Yeah, perfect. And this is how it looks like. So temperature down. And then flip it over, sorry, turn it over. Temperature high. So when you see that the bubbles have started to form, that means that the pancake is nearly ready. So I just start by taking this down. And then just flip it over. Just gonna have a look at it and see whether it's ready. Nearly there. And This is the pancake. So I'm gonna reduce the heat so you can see how it looks like. Beautiful. Same thing, so heat down, pan, and then heat up, medium high. So when you see that the bubbles, like you see here, are starting to form, so just get this ready so you can flip it over easily. That means that the pancake is almost ready from the bottom. So what I do is just give it a few seconds and then flip it over. So now it's time for me to flip it over, and this is how it looks like. Just few seconds more and then it will be ready. And this is how the pancakes look like. So I put the heat down, a bit of pancake mix, then I put the heat medium high, and then turn it around until all the liquid is gone. Then I put it back in and wait for it to form these little holes. So as you see, it started to form little holes. When you see these little holes, it means that the pancake is almost ready from the bottom. So what you do is just move it a bit. Then I see now that there is so many holes, so I just flip it over, and then what you see is then just move it around or shake it. And you wait for it for few seconds, probably less than a minute, and then you will know when you see some smoke coming up, like you see now. It means that you need to check it, and it's ready now. So this is how the pancake looks like. So I'm gonna give it another go and then show you again. So I put the heat down, then I put my pancake mix, which is just this amount. Then I turn it over and until the liquid start to go away. So I put my heat to medium high heat. And then in a second I will see some bubbles forming, and when I see the bubbles forming, it means that the pancake need to be flipped over. So as you see, it started to form, but it's gonna be a lot. So what I do is that I start moving it from the end so it doesn't get stuck to the pan. And now I just flip it over and then shake it a bit and wait for it to cook on the other side. I'll be making some pasta, fusilli pasta this afternoon around 5 o'clock. If you want to see my live video, so I'm gonna be making some minced beef, tomato sauce with pasta that I'm gonna be cooking live. Just a tiny bit more and it's gonna be ready. So now it's ready. And this is how the pancakes looks like. Now I'm gonna reduce the heat because the pan is getting a bit dry. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add just a tiny bit of butter. I mean really a tiny bit. It's just that the pan doesn't okay, now I'm gonna add my pancake filling. So what I do is that I put my heat to low, then I start turning it over until there is no liquid. And then put the heat to medium high and wait for the bubbles to form. So you will see some bubbles coming out, and it's gonna be quite few of them, or maybe a lot. What it means is that the pancake is nearly ready at the bottom and it's time for you to flip it over. So by that time I'm just moving my pancake with the spatula. So as you see, there is some holes starting to build. So what I do now is just flip it over and then shake it until it's ready. If you like what you see, please press the like button and share it with your friends. So now I'm just gonna check it. No, just a tiny bit more and it's gonna be ready. Now it's ready. So I'm gonna just take it off now and then put it on my pan. So next thing, so temperature down. So that's high, that's down. Probably 3/4 of a little of this pancake mix. So what I do now is just turn it around on my pan until all the liquid dries out. That's why I like using the pan, because it's easy. With the pancake pan, sometimes it's hard to turn it around. So, and then wait and then put it to medium high and wait for the bubble to form. So now you can see some bubble forming. I'm gonna be waiting just a tiny bit more for the bubble to form, but in this meantime I'm gonna just move the end a bit off. At this stage, as you see, the bubbles has already formed. That means the pancake is ready to be turned around. So I will just turn it around, and that's why it looks like at the bottom. So now I just move it a bit and wait for it to cook from the bottom. If you like what you see, please press the like button. It helps my channel, and also it gives you a nice feeling. Just a tiny bit more. And now it's time to flip it over. So this is how the pancakes look like. I'm gonna do it again. Temperature down. A bit of pancake mix. So I just turn it around the pan until the liquid dries out. Putting it from time to time on top of the oven. So it's on low temperature. Now I put it on medium high and then put my pan back. By that time, when you see that the bubbles are starting to form, it means that the pancake is nearly ready. It's getting ready to be flipped over. So I am gonna just take this down a bit, so it's easy for me to just turn it around. Just few seconds more, and you see the bubbles are forming now, a lot of bubbles. That means the pancake is nearly ready, or almost ready. So what I do now is just flip it over, and that's the bottom, and then just shake it a bit inside the pan and let it cook for a few seconds, and then that will be your pancake ready. Just checking that the pancake is ready now. Almost, just few seconds more and the pancake will be ready. Now it's time for me to take it off, so I am gonna take it off and I'm gonna drop the temperature down again. So this is the pancake and this is how it looks like. So temperature down, a bit of pancake mix which I made, and then I just lift it and turn over the pan until the liquid, until there is no liquid. Put it back again from time to time, and then do it again, and now there is no liquid. So I put it on medium high and just put it back. And I'm starting, as you can see, there is some holes starting to build. So I put it back and start pushing it from the end. So it's easy for me to just take it off or flip it over. So now, as you can see, there is a lot of bubbles forming. So it's time for me to just flip it over. And that's how the pancake looks from the bottom. So now I just shake it a bit inside the pan and let it cool. And let it cook again from the other side. So now my pancake is ready. I'm just gonna put it back here and I'm gonna show you what I do with it, because at this stage I need to show you what I'm gonna do with it. So I'm gonna go to this side. So we go into this side. And that's the pancake that I cooked. So what I do, I have this chocolate which is called Mordjene. A friend of mine got me this, and it's kind of it tastes like Ferrero Rocher, and it's called Mordjene. So what I do, I just put a small plate. Spread a bit of it on top, just a tiny bit, maybe in two sides, and then roll it, and then put it on the plate. I don't know whether you can see that, but I put it like this and put it on the plate. And this is the pancake that I made. So they have this chocolate inside. There is no mess, and it's really, really, really nice. Hello, Matteo. Please let me know from where you're watching from. And also, if you like what you see, please press the like button and remember to share and subscribe. So now it's time for me to show you the puff pastry that I made earlier with camembert, spinach, and onion. And it should be ready by now. So this is the puff pastry that I made earlier, and so that's why I was making two recipes so that you guys have a time to not to get bored basically. So this is what I cooked, and it's got some onion and spinach and camembert. So it's suitable for baking. So I've been making this onion and spinach and camembert, and here we go. So this is what I've been making today. So my cooking today was this puff pastry with spinach, onion and camembert, as you can see. And also I've been making this um, pancakes with chocolate spread called Mordjene. So this is pancakes that I made. And that's the puff pastry that I made. So this is the spinach, onion, and camembert, which I'll be making on the puff pastry, as you can see. And also this, I also been making this pancake that's got chocolate called El Morjan at the bottom of it. So I just rolled it over, and then this is the result of it. Thank you very, very much for watching, and hope to see you tonight. I'm making another video tonight around 5 o'clock, and I'm making some pasta in tomato sauce with minced beef. So this is what I've been cooking today. So I've been making a puff pastry with spinach, onion, and camembert. And the camembert that I've been using is this camembert, which is suitable for baking. So this is the result of it. And also been making some pancake. So it was 2 recipes. So this is pancake that I made, and it's got chocolate inside, and I just rolled it over, and this is the result. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at 5 o'clock for my next video, which is gonna be pasta with mincemeat in tomato sauce. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tonight. Thank you.